Good morning, my friends. It is Sunday. Technically, it's sneak peek, which means I'm probably actually at the card shop right now. This is taped just a little bit earlier this week. And that said, let's get into the deck profile I have for you guys today. So, before we talk about it, it is a Chazz Princeton. It is going to be a fusion of the Ojamas and the Armed Dragon. And as a special twist, I'm only going to be using the cards that were included within this box. More so, I'm only going to include the cards within the Chazz Princeton list of the decks. Let me just pull this over here. So, this list right here, the only thing I did change is I'm changing the skill card. Because again, I think that's no harm, no foul. And also incredibly difficult to get Armed Dragon level 7 if you do that. So no sideboard today, just a main deck and an extra deck. Let's get it. So the skill card, like I just said, we will be using Armed and Ready. And essentially this is how we're going to power up from 5 to 7 immediately. Outside of that, I will leave the effect till when we go over the deck itself afterward. Real quick, let's get you guys a monster count. We're going to play one each of level 3, 5, and 7. And it would probably help if I got them on the screen. So again, we're going to be playing single for the whole family. Believe it or not, consistency-wise, this is pretty darn good. Moving to other monsters, we're going to be using 2 copies Chiron the Mage. Excellent card. And super stoked that it's in here because I've been wanting to do some Beast Warrior stuff now. And this guy really helps me out. And then as far as the Ojamas, we're going to run 2 each of the original trio. So that's going to be 2 blacks, 2 greens, and 2 yellows. The only other note is this is going to end up being a 22 card main deck. So I'm sorry, but this thing thins itself so rapidly, you guys aren't even going to notice. As far as the spells, and again, because of Chiron and his amazing effect, we can play more spells than you guys think. So real quick, 2 copies of Ojama Magic. And again, I won't spoil it, but I'm going to spoil it. You can get this off the effect of Chiron, and again, take 3 cards right out of your deck. So, bingo, bango, boomo. You start with those 2, then you have 3 Ojamas in your hand. You're good. Next up, 3 copies of Ojama Match, which also lets us get the Ojama Magic, but also lets us set up the Armed Dragon. And again, I will explain this in a minute, but it is, again, beautiful. And then 3 copies of Polymerization. Because remember, I'm only using the cards that were in his deck. And outside of having the Delta Hurricane, really no back row removal. Which is why we went heavy spells with the Chirons. The last card, we're going to use 3 copies, Wall of Disruption. This is going to be our backup plan should we end up drawing into the Armed Dragon. But again, just 100% fine. This whole thing works. And then as far as our extra deck, honestly, couldn't make this any easier. You just use 3 and 3 of the Ojama King and Knight. Because technically you can play the Ojama King twice. And you could play the Knight all 3 times the way this is built. So if you wanted to be funny, I guess you could put a VW Tiger Catapult, 2 Kings, and 3 Knights together. And that'd be fine. You just don't have the ability to play the VW Tiger Catapult. So that's it. Give me half a second. I'm going to get some water. All right, brilliant. So let's do this deck in reverse. Or maybe I should dismiss you guys if this list was all you were after. So let's do that. If you only wanted the deck list, this is it. Remember, the skill card is Armed and Ready. So go ahead, take the screenshot, pause the video, take the notes, whatever you want to do. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for enjoying this. Special shout out to the viewers that enjoy these more anime styled decks. I think that you guys are going to enjoy this. And again, do all of the things if you want. Don't do them if you don't want. And the most important favor you could do for me that I really require is go enjoy the rest of your day. Come back for the Speed Duel Spotlight in a little bit. But go enjoy the rest of your day. Seriously, have a great one. Now let's go over the effects. So, real quick, skill card, Armed and Ready. Once per duel during your main phase, you can send 1 level monster you control to the graveyard. 2, special summon the level monster mentioned in the text from hand, deck, or grave as if it were summoned by the send monster's effect. This, in effect, is level up plus being able to play the next form from the discard pile. So again, you definitely need this. I think this is what really helps us power out the Armed Dragon here. So again, yeah, just play it. King and Knight, respectively. Any 2 Ojamas, one of each of the 3 that we're playing, can collapse up to 2 monster zones on your opponent's side, can collapse up to 3. Again, you do what you can do. If you can lock your opponent out and then beat them up with the Armed Dragon, do that. Just seriously do that. Let's get the rest of this, though. So Wall of Disruption is something I don't really use very often in the main game, and I haven't used it in Common Charity yet, so I wanted to use it here. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, all attack position monsters the opponent controls lose 800 for every monster they control. So again, 1 monster loses 8. 2 monsters, they both lose 16. 3 monsters, all 3 are down 24. And reread this card twice because it doesn't say till the end of the turn. This allows any one of your monsters to really get a recovery. And if your opponent really does have a swarm setup and no Genzo, oh well, they can get it. Polymerization is going to be our fusion catalyst. Again, I think this is the only fusion catalyst besides Fusion Gate that we get right now. And again, perfect. We're just going to put together whichever Ojama fusion we can at the time. Ojama match, quick play. And this is going to be a major deal. We're going to be using this during our opponent's end phase if possible. Send an Ojama card from hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. Add to the hand an Ojama monster with a different name and an Armed Dragon monster from the deck or grave. Then immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one of those 2 monsters. During the main phase, you banish this card from the graveyard. Target 3 banished Ojama monsters, shuffle them back into the deck and draw 1. We're never doing the second effect. So reread the first. Discard an Ojama card. Send an Ojama card. So I'm going to send Ojama Magic. Okay? See that? Ojama card. Very good. We're going to send that. We're going to grab one of each. Then we're going to grab another Ojama. We're going to deck thin 4. Then we're going to grab our Armed Dragon 3, which means we've deck thin 5. And then, during our opponent's end phase, because that's when I want to activate this, we're going to go ahead and normal summon, because we can, because the instance of the spell, we're going to normal summon that Armed Dragon level 3. And then, because of Armed Dragon level 3's effect, because it'll be face up during our own standby phase, it will evolve into level 5, and then skill cards straight to 7. Okay, I'll say it one more time. You're going to gather enough Ojamas to your side of to your hand to create 2 knights or a king while boarding an Armed 3 to evolve it to 5 to use your skill card to go straight to 7. You are going to be the anime chazz Princeton just laying down both of these boss monsters on one turn. It's fantastic. I enjoy it. You guys should try it. The Ojama Magic, if sent from hand or field to the graveyard, again, we just found one way. Add 1 each of your Ojama green, yellow, and black from deck to hand. Fine. We can also activate that with Chiron. Again, we don't need to talk about these guys. They're 0 by 1,000. We're not using Ojama Country. We're not using the skill card, Land of the Ojamas. These guys are just here to fuse and be bodies if we need shields. It is what it is. Let's talk Chiron the Mage. So what makes him good is once per turn you can discard a spell, then target a spell trap the opponent controls and destroy it. He's also 1800, so he's good. He's mid-range. He's upper tier strength for a normal summon. He's back row hate. He's going to be able to cycle the Ojama Magic if you need to. He's going to be able to go get you your Ojamas while doing the destroy effect to go ahead and summon the knight and get some ground collapses. It's fantastic. Let's talk the Armed Dragons and let's talk them 3 to 7. So, Armed 3. During the standby phase, you can send this from the field to the grave. Special summon an Armed 5 from hand or deck. Armed 5. Send a monster from the hand to the graveyard. Target a monster the opponent controls with attack equal to or less than the sent monster's attack. Destroy the target. However, during the end phase, if this card destroys a monster by battle, you may send this to the graveyard to special summon 7 from hand or deck. And 7 cannot be normal summoned or 7 must be special summoned by armed 5. Or in this case, the skill card will summon it as though it were summoned by the monster's effect, making everything good. You can send 1 monster from the hand to the graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to. And also, it is 2,800. So again, guys, a fantastic little build. Tons of fun. And again, if you just had a locked budget of like the $90 to go ahead and buy the 3 boxes, you could absolutely make this as one of your decks without card sharing. It is fantastic. Try it, enjoy it, and have a great day, my friends. I'll see you later.